Rise and shine, it's a brand new day. Ken can take the stage, ready to play. Weekdays at 10, the cars in the scene. Coffee in hand, they're living the dream. Question in the voice, got the whole town awake. Bringing fire to the mic, make no mistake. Shows in the corner, spitting out facts. Dropping truth bombs, ain't holding back. Ken in the morning, feel the heat. From 10 a.m. CST, can take a seat. Live and loud, that break in the mind. Light up your speakers, crank up the sound. They're talking about life upside down. Opinions exploding like a sonic blast. In the studio, they're built to last. With passion and grit, they engage and ignite. Every single week, their foes can't fight. From sports to politics.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Ken and Ken in the Morning. There's Ken and, oh my God, Ken, where's Fred?
Oh,
check.
yeah, you're fucking right. Yeah, shit. Fred's usually here fucking 10, 15 minutes early.
Yeah, if you're not early, you're late. Oh, we got JB, though.
Oh.
Good morning, you fucker.
What's up?
Just say it the right way, man. Don't go with this internet fuckers. No, it's good morning, fuckers. Let's get it right. Jeez, civilians, I tell you.
Well, hey, you got to remember, the man's trying to get monetized here, and YouTube's got a hard on.
Yeah. I suppose they do. I suppose we should watch that language there.
No, we just got to watch it for like the first 30 seconds to a minute. After that, we're good.
Oh, after that, we're good? Okay. Well, it's good to know, that we can curse all we want after the first 30 seconds to a minute. So. Hey, I was looking for news, of course, this morning, as I normally do at this point of the day, and not that there's anything going on newsworthy today, but however, Seattle, they're selling that football team right now.
Yeah, I've heard some talk about it, but I've kind of heard a little bit of back and forth.
So,
hey there, Moonscar.
Hey, Moonscar. Haven't seen you in a little bit. They're selling the Seahawks right now because when the owner had passed away, I guess he said, "Hey, sell all my teams." Like, sorry, fam, you don't get to keep it. So they're selling, was it the Denver Nuggets they own? They're in the process of selling that, right? And the Seahawks have to be sold, and they're saying this team's going to sell for maybe upwards of $12 billion right now.
Well, I've also heard that they're also trying to find some type of loophole to try to get out of it right now.
How much must you hate your family to mandate that they sell the team?
It's not just that they're selling, that they have to sell it. It's that they have to sell it for charity.
Even more. How much do you hate your kids? You're gonna sell the family business off in such a way that they make zero out of it and all goes to charity, which is great and all, a nice gift. But man, you must really hate your kids.
You're selling the Seahawks for charity.
Yeah, that's at least what I read. Now, I'm not sure 100% on the validity of it, but that's what I've read so far.
You're gonna sell all the sports franchise I own and give all the proceeds to charity. Just wow.
Yep.
Wow. I know what charity I'd give it to.
Man, you could do a lot of good with $30 billion, dude.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, one would hope that that's why that it's being done, is that I have all this ridiculous amount of money, and my death.
Bro, you better be able to cure cancer with $30 billion, dude. Like,
it's not $30 billion. It's gonna be. They're saying that the team's gonna go anywhere from about 11 to 12 billion is what they're thinking of, Mike, especially with winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but then you got the Nuggets too, right? The Nugget and
well, yeah, they're selling the Nuggets, but the Nuggets aren't selling for $8 billion. let me see what the Nuggets sale price is. Right. You own the Denver Nuggets, right?
Yeah, JB's saying somewhere between 7-12.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you're still talking. You're talking a truckload of money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You
it's
can
just,
do a hell of
yeah,
a lot of good
7 to 12 for the football team, and then the basketball team. I'm not sure. I'm trying to find that out real quick. As Joe is frozen in drive time. Let's see. Was it the Nuggets? It's just weird that the Trailblazers. I'm sorry, it was the Trailblazers that they're selling, not the Nuggets. Let's see how much they got for the Trailblazers. I think they have 4.25 billion for that.
Hey,
For the
look,
Portland Trailblazers. So he sold
I don't
it.
wanna-
They sold the tour. I mean, you're talking. We'll just call it, say, between the two of them, somewhere around 14 billion ish. I mean, that's a lot of money for charity, but it's like, dude. I mean, how much? I mean, like, why? I don't know. It's just weird. Like, why not just leave it to the kids? But even if they don't know
So-
anything about, I guess I don't know.
So
Well-
both organizations together is going to be 14 billion.
Yeah, somewhere
About.
around there.
About.
But JB was saying that apparently that it's over or what he originally paid for it. That's the part that's going to charity. So they are still getting a piece, but there's a shit ton of money still going to charity for it.
Well, hey, that's
That
that's
I was
awesome on
gonna.
his part,
Yep, that's kind of what I'm thinking there, Joe.
bro. You're taking the profit off the top and you're donating it to charity, and it's probably going to be $1 billion or $2 billion. Like that's nothing to scoff at, man.
Oh, more than
Mhm.
that. I mean, dude, he didn't buy the Seahawks. He bought the Seahawks decades ago. I mean, dude, you got to figure about 90% of that. 90% of that of whatever they get there is going to charity.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, his kids are still going to end up with a big amount because
Yeah.
teams even decades ago were worth a decent penny.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
He says 1.5 billion.
crazy.
Yeah, that's nothing to shake a stick at.
I mean, that's not. And they just win the Super Bowl too. It's like, you're kidding me, right? I mean,
You
You're
want to
sitting there
talk
going-
about selling at the perfect time?
I
yeah,
was
that
just
is
actually,
true. I mean, but you're not making any money from it, so it's like,
I was just gonna say, like, I don't want to be cynical, but like, do you find the timing odd? You know?
Joe, I wondered the same thing myself a little bit.
and then of course, you loop in JB had said, what we talked about yesterday, no jock tax. So Seattle's kind of a good place to be in terms of that, at least. Now the rest of their taxes aren't so great, and well, we've all seen Seattle in the news, and we know what that place can be like. But I think Seattle's if you take everything out, just from a sports perspective, Seattle's not a bad town. I mean, I was just out there. What was that? September. They love their Seahawks. They love their Mariners. It's a good sports town in terms of fan support. Now, as far as your everyday living, well, it's a little different. It's pretty. There's that. I mean, there's some traffic to like about Seattle. I couldn't live in Seattle because of the taxes and politics and everything else. It's a pretty place to visit. I mean, if you
Too
like,
many libs for me.
if you like the nature piece of it, dude, the sounds are wonderful. But then again, you're never going to the beach because the water never gets above 60 degrees.
Yeah, I was
So-
gonna say that's the one freaking place in the United States that has more cloud cover than Syracuse.
Yeah. So I mean, but it's a good sports town though. It is a good sports town, so you got to give them credit there. I mean, it's a good place to and look at. You get a lot of international Asia flights coming through Seattle. Actually, probably more so than San Francisco or LA. Yeah, I mean, so SeaTac's got a really nice USO too. I've been there more than a few times. I mean, it's not. So it's got good transportation. It's not a bad city. But still, it's be interesting to see what they get. I mean, because all the other owners are sitting there going, "Yeah, what are you going to get?"
Mhm.
You know. So, and in other news, not that there's much. There's still no movement on the Bears, except wait, Iowa said, "Wait a minute, hold the corn. We're going to throw a bid in as well to try to get the Bears to come to Iowa." Now look,
You're gonna end up with the fucking London Bears. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you now. It's funny though because I mean, the state of Illinois, dude. You want to talk about a low bar? All they said was give us a decent tax rate. Where it's like commiserate to what the Cubs get, the Bulls and the Blackhawks with the UC. Give us that, and do your job and improve the infrastructure in the area because we're going to pop this big, huge complex here, and your infrastructure is not going to handle it, right? Just do that. I mean, pretty low bar. It's not like they said, "Hey, we want $300 million to build the stadium, and we want free this, free that, free the other," and you're going to pay. They said, "Do your job, infrastructure, which is your job as the state." And give us like right now you make zero tax dollars off any of this. So give us a decent rate. That's all you got to do. I mean, it's a pretty low bar, right? Go from making no money to making money. Pretty low bar, right? And Illinois, for whatever reason, has been balking and balking and balking. Supposedly they're making progress, but if Iowa, I mean, dude, I'm sorry. If you're Iowa, your offer has to be like zero taxes for life. We build the stadium and just give it to you for free. And, I mean, everything would have to be 1990 free because there's no way you're moving that far away from Chicago. No. Now, Gary, I mean, they did it right. Or Indiana did it right because you're right there at the border. You can still see the city skyline. In fact, the stadium they're proposing, you'll be able to see the city skyline while it's sitting in the stadium. So, okay, they did a good job. But Iowa threw their hat in the ring. It's like, next we're gonna get an article about the London. I'm sure it is, but it's too far from the city there. London would be, you might as well move the team to London at that point, like Ken said. But I mean, Iowa, man, you're gonna.
I would laugh my nuts off if all this time you've been talking about an international team and the team that ends up international ends up being the Bears.
Dude, wouldn't
The
that be
London
ridiculous?
Bears.
Wouldn't that be? Think about it. I mean, the trash talk stuff aside.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the ridiculous that it's akin to an original 6 NHL club moving.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I was thinking about it too. Like, it's one of the you're talking about one of the hallmark marquee franchises in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I definitely don't think it'll be one of the marquees.
Neither do I. But I'm gonna walk the freaking dog here. What other teams would you want to move over there to give this some legitimacy than one of the long-standing franchises that has a fervent fan base and all that?
The Raiders.
The
London Raiders has a nice ring to it, dude.
Jackson. I mean, look at the Jaguars have always.
I'm not saying I want them to move there. I'm just saying it has a nice ring to it.
Well, and look,
you're not wrong.
Jacksonville fits to the Jaguars, and what's one of the most famous things built in England, the Jaguar. I mean, plus Khan owns a Premier League team. I mean, there's a lot of linkage there. They've been playing games there every year for like a decade plus now. Raiders. Cam says the Raiders as well.
Mm-hmm. The London Raiders does actually sound kind of good.
I mean, but the Raiders make sense. The Jags would make some sense. Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers were linked to it for a while there, back over a decade ago. I think that's the situation.
I was going to say I could get behind the London Buccaneers too.
Yeah, send the Bucks. We don't need two pirate teams in the United States.
I mean, look at there are options. I mean, Arizona.
Well, no, you see, we're all sitting here trying to come up with teams for it. Family Guy already found out what team it was going to be. It's the London Silly Nannies.
Also, Lions.
Damn. Shots fired.
The Jets, the London Jets.
Yeah, see, I
maybe.
actually thought the Jets would be a good candidate because I mean, from
Hey,
New
they're
York
already-
to London.
I was going to say they're already not in New York anyway, so what's it matter? Shit, they can.
Well,
They'll probably still call them the New York Jets over
and
there.
Yeah, I mean,
New York to
JP
London is the general hub, right? It's like when you fly to London, generally you fly out of New York, don't you?
No, not anymore.
Oh,
Philly.
really?
Philly's.
Oh.
Last couple times I've flown to Europe, we've flown through Philly.
Hmm.
And JB points out. I was going to say this. I've said it before, but yeah, with the Jags getting their new stadium, they're not moving anytime soon. So that's why I said though they used to be linked because they, with all.
And
the
unfortunately, I think that's why it takes the Raiders out of contention too, because I don't see
the Raiders.
them leaving
Yeah,
Vegas.
the Raiders with a new stadium. The Jags get a new stadium. I mean,
The NFL's like,
Bears-
yeah, we'll give you the Browns.
the Browns are getting a new stadium too.
Oh, wow.
And if you want to talk about Ohio, I mean Cincinnati.
I was just thinking.
Just renewed their contract with a bunch of extras and stuff they're going to do to the stadium there in Cincinnati. So they're not getting a new stadium, but they're getting a bunch of work done to that stadium.
Mm-hmm.
You know, honestly,
if you
London
look
would be better just getting an expansion team
Yeah,
and
that's what would happen.
call them the London Knights. That would be dope.
I was gonna say. I thought we already mentioned the Lions.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be? I think that would be kind of dope. The London Knights.
Cincinnati's out, JB. I know there's a delay there, but Cincinnati's out because of their new stadium. Deal. And look at honestly, you know what? If I'm the city of Cincinnati, okay, they signed a 10-year extension, and so we'll talk about building a stadium. Dude, go turn on Nat Geo. Go watch that. Go watch the it's not Modern Marvels, but the whatever that where they redid the stadium in Barcelona for Barca, and look how they basically made an old stadium a brand new stadium while the team was playing there. It was a 5-year project to do, but that's where the NFL now goes and plays its games. I'm sure the Bears will get to see it firsthand, up close and personal this year in Spain. You don't need to build a whole new stadium in some cases. You could do what Barcelona did and build a new stadium within the current stadium. That's basically what they did. They transformed the whole thing. It was ridiculous what they did, and it cost them so much less money. I'm waiting for an NFL team to do that. The Titans. Ooh, the Titans could be
hold on.
Team.
I've got another idea. Since the Chargers are already renting a stadium,
Yeah, I said that yesterday. Yeah.
wouldn't it make a little sense that if you were trying to bring over a franchise, now granted, it's not like a Chicago, Green Bay, something like that,
No,
or
but
shit, even the Cardinals. But the Chargers have been around for a long ass time, and you do have sporadic fans of them.
Well, the
But
Chargers are kind of like nomads, right? They leave
Yep.
San Diego because the fan base was, let's face it, waning. San Diego is not a sports town, I guess. The fan base was waning. They moved to LA, where they're just another team in a city with too many teams. I mean, the LAFC draws bigger crowds. LAFC and the LA Galaxy both draw better.
And London has 0 rings. The Chargers have 0 rings.
Mexico City's out until the cartels and all the other crap in Mexico. The NFL won't. I'm surprised the NFL.
Sorry, Charger fans.
Look at for the fact that the
All
NFL
three of you.
the fact that they're going to play a game in Mexico City is massive, right? But I don't think they're ready to have players living in Mexico City yet. The security concerns are still way too high in Mexico. But dude, the Chargers kind of do make some sense, man, because dude, the MLS teams draw better than the Chargers do in LA.
Well, shit,
Um,
you even heard the Rams players talking about how home games don't even feel like home
yeah,
games there. So,
the Chargers make sense. You know, they get. I mean, the Rams would make even more sense because their ownership group owns Arsenal. So actually, the Rams would make even more sense than the Chargers because they have ties in London already, deep ties.
yeah, and I mean, that way you still keep the Chargers paying rent for the stadium.
I mean, wouldn't that be ironic? The Chargers move to London and end up going to play in Arsenal Stadium, which probably wouldn't happen. But anyways, if they did, you'd be renting
Even
from the
if
same people.
even if the Rams end up moving, you still keep the Chargers there and keep them paying the rent to you
Yeah,
while you're going
yeah.
off and doing whatever you want.
No, but the Chargers make some sense though. The Chargers make some sense. I mean, this whole Bears thing now, Iowa throw it in there. Like, hey, we'll build you. It's like, oh, geez, it's that. How did it get to this point? I mean, seriously, like, what the hell, Illinois? Like, is your leadership just that bad? Well, wait a minute. Yeah, they are. We already know that. But still,
They
how do you
elected
get to this point
Beetlejuice
to
as
set the
mayor, dude.
bar? I mean, dude, think about this. This is what makes this worse. The Bears set the bar lower than any professional sports team in modern history, I think. How many sports teams have gone, even the Rams took public money, right? The Rams got some public money for SoFi, right? The Bears said, no, we don't even need that. We're going to fund the whole project
Did they?
ourselves.
I think Stan Kroenke,
Yeah.
the Rams owner, actually bought it outright. I think he was the only one. He paid his own money.
No, I think that hold on, let me I swear the Rams take public money to build. So buy it. I can't take this money. Yeah, okay. I didn't misspell anything, so Grok will probably give me a good answer. I swear I saw where they took money. Oh, maybe not. No, he took no public funding.
Yeah, see, he was the only one who built the stadium out of his own pocket, which was smart because now he owns it, lock, stock, and barrel.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the one making all that concert revenue, all that extra stuff, all going in his pocket, dude.
So basically, the Bears said, "Give us SoFi," right? Like, you set the bar. I mean, look, and we're talking in California where they're going to start taxing you for breathing. Joe's going to have to pay a tax, like, oh, say you're how tall? What's your body weight? Okay, that means you're drawing X amount of breaths a day, so your tax per day is that's coming out California. Just wait. It's California. They tax you for leaving. They tried to tax you for leaving. They said if you move, you still pay taxes here for a decade after you leave. That's how bad California is. And they said the Rams, yeah, build it. The Bears said, we're going to pay for the whole thing. Just give us the whatever that tax rate is, like 3% or whatever I think the number was, right? That's it. So we're paying basically an equal tax to what other teams in the state are paying for their stadiums that they live in. And Illinois said, nah, you know what? We think we want you to pay $100 million a year in taxes. And they're like, dude, really? I mean, we're building all this crap. I mean, just you couldn't set the bar any lower. Seriously, you could not set the bar any lower. I mean, you literally went to them and said, we're going to pay for the whole complex. By the way, you currently make 0 tax dollars off of us because our stadium's owned by the city of Chicago, so you don't get paid jack nor shit. Now you're going to get money, so just give us a good rate. And Illinois said, nah, that's okay, partner. Like, you couldn't set the bar any lower. I don't know how you set the bar lower than what they did. Do your job and improve infrastructure, because we'll build it anyways. If you don't improve the infrastructure, well, you're still going to have to improve infrastructure at some point, because we'll just, right? We plop this complex down and the roads and the sewage system can't handle it. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to have to fix it anyway. So that's not even part of it. That's not even part of the argument, because the state isn't going to, go ahead, try to make the team pay for the infrastructure, which is your job as government.
To be fair,
someone tell me how the Bears could set the bar any lower.
To be fair, the Raiders actually set the bar really low for the city of Oakland too. The only thing they asked for was the land that the stadium was on, so that they could knock down the Coliseum and build up the new one. They had all the money through private funding and through Mark Davis, and they had a private investment group that was willing to kick in $200 million. They didn't ask for any money. But then they end up going to Vegas, and Vegas gave them $700 million in public funds, plus Mark's $500 million, built a $1.2 billion stadium that's now worth $2 billion.
Anyway, we'll go a step further. Did Oakland learn its lesson? Nope, because guess what? The A's are moving to Vegas too. I mean, guys, how stupid can you be if you're these cities and states?
I bet Mark Davis isn't happy about that though, because the A's are the A's are part of the reason that the Raiders didn't get the stadium. And oh yeah, they are, because they were trying to build a joint stadium that they could use for both of them, and the A's didn't want to do that. The A's wanted their own ballpark down on the water, and so the city of Oakland was trying to work with the A's. So they said screw the Raiders. So yeah, Mark Davis hates the owner of the A's. He absolutely hates him.
Now they're both in Vegas with their own stadium. So in a way, it worked out for both of them better. Because I'll tell you what, I think the Raiders being in Vegas is much better than Oakland in a weird way. It just is.
They got a much nicer stadium, but Oakland had a fan base that sold out that stadium consistently. In Vegas, the Raiders don't really have a home game because other teams' fans fill up our stadium.
Well, that's true because of the tourist destination that it is. Man, I'll tell you what, though. Vegas, I mean, for those who aren't old enough to remember, I think everyone here in this panel maybe, Ken, you might be on the edge there. But Joe, you remember in the 90s when UNLV was really good? And remember how people get mad because when UNLV would make the Final Four, Vegas couldn't take bets, right? Because the laws they had in Nevada at the time. And that changed. And that's the only reason why the Golden Knights happened, and now why the Raiders have happened, because Vegas was not for the 80s and 90s specifically when they were really starting to chomp at the bit for a team, and UNLV was in the Final Four, was always in the dance. Vegas was taking huge losses because the laws in Nevada at the time, you couldn't bet on any team that played in Nevada. So they changed the law. And now look at what a sports town Vegas has become. The Golden Knights sell great. The Raiders, I get what you're saying, Joe, but it's growing. They're getting more of a local. The locals are buying more and more into the Raiders. I mean, it's kind of hard they move there. The whole Chucky thing happens. Then the team implodes for a couple seasons. They'll get there. It's just going to take time.
Well, once they start winning, they'll get fans.
The Golden Knights, the first year in Vegas. Look, the Golden Knights didn't do any favors either. They're Golden Knights the first year in Vegas. They go to the Stanley Cup final. I mean, dude, it doesn't help you out if you're the Raiders. They're kind of like, thanks for setting me such a high bar, guys. But now look, they're getting a baseball team too, because once again, Oakland didn't learn from the mistake with the Raiders. Oh, no. I mean, if you're a city losing a professional sports franchise, I'm sorry. All your elected leaders need to be fired.
And Oakland didn't just lose one franchise. They lost three franchises. No, three. The Golden State Warriors moved across the bay to San Francisco to the Chase Center. Yeah. And the Warriors were winning NBA championships at the time that they moved. That's how incompetent the leadership in Oakland is. They took away the only reason you would actually go to Oakland. Trust me, I live in the Bay Area. I've been to Oakland. The only reason I ever went to Oakland was to go to a Raider game, and then I left Oakland as soon as the game was over.
All that does is remind me of the Chappelle joke of going from San Francisco to Oakland, where everything's all sparkly and nice in San Francisco, and it's hey, and then you get to Oakland. Welcome to Oakland, bitch.
Well, what's the name of the bridge there?
The Golden Gate.
What?
Or the Bay Bridge?
The Bay Bridge, yeah. Everyone knows Golden Gate. So, and that bridge, man, the traffic on that thing,
Yeah, but San Francisco is not all sparkly and hey anymore. Now San
Going back
Francisco
into
is
San
welcome to San Francisco, bitch.
going back into Oakland or going back into San Francisco from Oakland, you're gonna sit in traffic for like 3 hours to pay a stupid $15 toll or what it is for this bridge, and it's like, really, is it really worth my time and trouble? I mean, but it's funny because when you cross the bridge, it's night and day, dude. Between San Fran and Oakland, it's night and day. When, at least it was like that when I was out there last time. Now that was about a decade ago almost.
Yeah, it's not that way anymore, Ken. Unfortunately, San Francisco has a lot of problems right now. Like, it used to be a place that I used to really enjoy taking my kids. You go for a day, go show them the city, But now it's dangerous, man. Like,
Even the Harley dealership.
There's so many homeless with mental health issues and things like that. Like, it's actually dangerous, dude.
Because the cool thing about San Francisco, they had a really cool Harley dealership I went to. There was almost like a museum. It was really nice. And then, of course, you got the Hornet, right, is there, which is still actively used by the military, by the way. Right, it's the Hornet, the USS Hornet, the carrier, for Doolittle's Run. And it's actually maintained by a private organization. And yes, the military still uses it. The Army rents out the berthing areas in the ship to house soldiers for training exercise at the port there. That's part of what keeps that museum afloat, and the boat, ironically enough. But yeah, I mean, they lost their franchise. Like Chicago, do you want to do this? Illinois / Chicago. I mean, Chicago, you already done fucked up. You lost the Bears. They are not going to be in the city of Chicago. They are going to be in the suburbs at best. You're going to get to keep them in Arlington Heights, which at least keeps them in the state. But you may lose them to Indiana, which is still the Chicago metropolitan area, right? But it's the New York Jets Giants situation where now, like, New York does not have a football team. New York City, New Jersey does. Just how inept. That's like if the Packers, like, if Green Bay said, "Now, partner, we're not going to do any improvements," and Milwaukee said, "Hey, the Potawatomi Casino is funding the entire stadium for free. Come on down." And the Green Bay Packers permanently relocated to Milwaukee. Dude, that's even bigger than the Bears going to Gary. That's a couple-hour drive at least. And then you'll have the Milwaukee Packers. They would no longer be the Green Bay Packers. They'd be the Milwaukee Packers.
Yeah. They're not, like I said, they're not allowed to leave Green Bay unless they're moving to Syracuse.
I mean, it's just I don't get.
Hey, like, they did have a pro team in the 30s.
Like Green Bay, I can look at, like, if Green Bay says, "Hey, we can't afford to give you money for the stadium," I get it. You're a small city. They don't have the funding, but they would definitely give the tax breaks and everything else. The only thing Green Bay probably can't do is say, "Yeah, we'll give you $500 million." Like, yeah, they can't do that.
I was gonna say they give a lot of funding to the stadium.
No, they do, but I mean, it's harder for them. It really they look at a city like Chicago. Chicago has a lot more money to play with than a city like Green Bay.
Yes, you do have a lot more money there, but you also got to think, what the hell else is there in Green Bay to fund? So Green Bay gets the Packers get a larger slice of the pie.
If the Packers ever left Green Bay's population would drop.
Plummet. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it would become a little farming community all of a sudden. I mean, look, it is what it is. But I mean,
they might still be able. Hey, Ken, they might still be able to survive on sheep brothel tourism, though.
That's true. I just don't understand.
You looking to go, Joe?
I don't understand why some of these cities can't figure it out. Like, some of these cities, they figure it out really quick and get their team stadiums done and give them the tax breaks. Some cases they even fund it.
Yeah, just tell me which one's your favorite, Ken.
These
we can go at the same time.
These sports teams make you so much money. I don't get it. I mean, look at Kansas City just FAFO'd. They just lost the Chiefs. They're going to Missouri screwed up. Well, I'm not surprised. Missouri's always been like that. I mean, heck, they almost lost to Cardinals to East St. Louis. I mean, yeah. But Missouri just lost the Chiefs. Now they're on the Kansas side. It's just like I don't get it. I mean, these teams have set a low bar. In most cases now, it's not. I need $500 million to build a stadium like it was in the '80s and '90s. It's like, LA had the right idea. We're going to pay for the complex. Just give us a good tax break.
Hey,
Well, we know that's why you weren't around, Moonscars. There was a sale on peanut butter.
Oh,
Wow.
hey,
what I want to
Ken,
know
let
is we're a week
Oh,
out
go
from the combine, and I haven't maybe I'm just out of the loop, but I haven't heard anything about Clint Kubiak's coaching staff yet. Like he hasn't hired a single coordinator.
Yeah, I haven't heard about it either.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get something this week. I'm sure. What? Hey, Isaac, you were going to say something?
Oh yeah, Ken. Let me ask you a question. Does every state that begins with the letter I going for the Bears here?
Oh yeah, I already said that early. The Iowa threw their hat in the ring. I mean, yeah.
So
Hold up,
I
guys.
do have an
This just in: the city of Boise has made an offer for the Bears.
It wouldn't surprise
now the
me.
bees are getting in.
No, because it's
Now,
Idaho.
so I have an update on the jock tax.
Oh,
So that person or whoever that was that made that initial statement was totally wrong about what is being taxed. So take Sam Darnold in this case. He gets 178,000, right, for winning the Super Bowl or making the Super Bowl. He's only jock taxed 86,000, not 249,000 like that one. What you call it? Well, I don't know who it was that made that initial
yeah, the person
statement.
that leaked it.
Yeah, whoever said that. But no, it's only 86,000. So, I mean, it is quite a lot still, but it's not what we initially thought.
But it's still damn near half his bonus.
Yeah.
But
He's
I
not
was
losing.
I was gonna say that's a hell of a lot better than him having to pay that in.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Joe, it's a hell of a lot paying 71,000.
yeah, but it's still a lot.
And Joe,
Yeah.
back to your Raiders. I mean, they just officially announced it late Monday night. So it's what, Thursday? I have a feeling we'll start to see some name drops today, tomorrow, the weekend. JB taking a selfie of us.
No, taking a picture of me because I'm posting my shirt.
But
Maybe.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I get what you're saying. I think the Raiders will have some people. I mean, you got Tom Brady. I mean, what else? Come on. Tom Brady's going to go to the combine and say, no, maybe, no. Yeah, okay. I mean, let's be real here.
Hey, Joe,
There
about your
are
coaching
rumors
staff.
that the Raiders are going to trade a 4th round pick to Cleveland to get the rights to Jim Schwartz's contract so that he could be our DC. That's
that
actually, I think,
piece of it.
that could be a really good move, dude.
They may want to get that knocked out before they do anything else.
Hey, Joe, for your coaching staff, we'll give you Rich Bisaccia for a ham sandwich.
And look, you got to figure Kubiak is pulling some of his position coaches from Seattle, or
What kind of bread, Isaac?
What's called a pumpernickel.
Pumpernickel bread.
Did you guys see my news about Miles Blake getting retired today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah. Everyone in the league was like, yeah, he retired. Okay. I mean, yeah, we're getting some retirement.
That's the only news that was actually broke today.
That's what I'm saying. That's like news.
Who
No one in the
retired?
league was like, oh no, he
Miles
retired. We can't sign him
Don't you think that's?
Oh,
Don't you think that's kind of? I think that's kind of interesting, though. The Jim Schwartz to Vegas thing, because you have Clint Kubiak, who's a first-time head coach. So getting a seasoned defensive coordinator makes a whole lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Really? No.
I said it right away when I heard he was stepping away a week ago.
The Bears didn't give you a blueprint for that last season at all.
Well, I'm just saying I'm liking.
Oh my God, he is alive.
I'm thinking if
it's
that's where
hot.
they're going, I'll take it.
What's up, boys?
What's up,
Oh,
Fred?
we were getting ready to file a missing persons report on you.
Nah. Can you hear me all right? I'm in my truck.
Yeah,
I'm
we
driving
got
back to
you.
work. I take the dog to the vet this morning. Puking and shitting all morning and all night, so he's good though.
This is like a Lions fan taking a shit everywhere.
Yeah. Shit in the bed.
Hey, JB,
Oh, yeah.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
Dan Skipper just joined your coaching staff. Is he going to learn about being eligible, ineligible?
Oh, Jesus.
Thing is, though, that we know what eligible means. The rest don't. They also don't know what a fucking catch is either. So we're gonna do that.
Actually, you know what? That's the news. I'm waiting to hear on what the rule committee does because that I want to see what changes they make rule wise, or if they maybe address some of these issues we've all been clamoring about last couple seasons with some of this, the way things are called. Like some of these, the hits on the full body weight and the quarterback crap. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. That penalty needs to go bye-bye, because we saw so many cases where it was flagged, and you're like, dude, especially when you look back on video. And the easiest one to go back to is the Booker on Jordan Love, where Booker had his full arm out trying to roll off him, so his full body weight obviously wasn't on Love, and he got flagged for it. But then again, if they put their full body weight on, big deal. Running backs get full body weight, tight ends get full body weight, receivers get full body weight. What? Are quarterbacks little princesses with little teacups that can't be touched?
Yeah.
I mean,
Didn't you know? Is that really a question?
Obviously, NFL and college are different, but I saw a college game this past year. This college quarterback ran the ball, ran probably an extra 10 yards. At last second, he dropped, and that defensive whoever was tackling him freaking took his head right off. And, of course, he got hit with the targeting and was ejected from the game. Now, that's not fair either. That defensive player is going to go try to make a stop because he's still running. At last second, that QB drops and gets his head taken off. That's not fair either.
well,
that's where they need to find that.
Where Ken's the quarterback, he's running at the ball. Joe goes to tackle him. Joe leaves his feet to tackle him, goes airborne, and Ken sees, goes, I'm going to slide now and get the 15-yard penalty. Because, Joe, somehow in midair, was supposed to suspend the laws of physics.
I mean,
Right.
You're supposed to be Superman out there. What the fuck?
Yeah.
The only one that we saw that was egregious about a sliding quarterback was last year when Shahir of the Texans hit Trevor Lawrence 2 seconds after his slide.
Oh, it happened to Fields every game.
It's happened to Justin Fields' his entire career.
Justin Fields got that taken off how many times?
Here's Justin Fields. He slides. He just slid 3 yards. Now he gets tackled. Now he gets hit. Nope, no flag. It's Field. I mean, even Caleb got hit a few times like that, where it was he was long down. It's just
I think the refs
they gotta tweak that rule too, because we also see where quarterbacks they fake the slide now, and defenders they back off because I don't want 15 yards, and you just gave another 20 yards of run, so they're almost damned if they do, damned if they don't.
100%. I mean, we've seen our QBs like Mahomes and Allen get touched and they get a flag. There was that one hit on Goff this year. He got kicked, and in the celebration he got kicked right in the helmet. It's like they didn't do nothing. It's as petty as that is, it's still technically a penalty.
Does Josh Allen get that call at all? Because he's more like a Mack truck that just runs.
Yes.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
That's almost ironic.
Yeah,
Josh Allen's getting that. When Josh Allen gets that call, I was like, dude, this is the guy who lowers his shoulder to hit linebackers, and you're giving him that flag, really?
Yep. And but if they hit him above the chest or below the knees, that's the letter of the rule. And then if they put their weight on him, so it doesn't matter.
The weight thing needs to go bye-bye.
I know,
but
it doesn't.
that body weight. The body weight thing made Clay Matthews.
But it doesn't matter if the guy bounces off of them; they still call the penalty.
Yeah, I know. We know, JB. That's what we're saying. It needs to go bye-bye. The whole body weight.
It's so freaking stupid.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, the body weight thing made Clay Matthews retire. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Clay Matthews, like, dude, I can't even
Yeah.
tackle anybody anymore.
I mean, it needs to go by. The head thing, I think they got to be, and they cue in more on the quarterback than they do with the receiver, the running back with that call. But, like, look at the Jordan Love, Booker, same two guys. Should that have been a flag? No. Why? Because Jordan Love lowered his freaking head, right? And they need to be able to either review that or something, and not just because the problem is, and I'm not picking on Jordan Love here. It's just that's the example, a great example of it, right? Because trust me, Caleb, I'm sure he did it. I'm sure every quarterback this league has done it. They know if I drop the head a little bit and get that little bit of contact, that's going to buy me 15 more yards. These guys aren't stupid. They know how to get the penalties. Like, that flag should never have been thrown, and there are a lot of games that were benefit even the Bears where it shouldn't have been thrown. Why? Because the quarterback's initiating it by putting his head down because he knows that the guy can't change, or that the guy's not even seeing the fact that the head's going down because of where he's at. And then people say, well, he should have tackled it a different way so he would have seen it. Okay, fine, maybe, but no. Just that's another rule they got to look at, or they got to look at how they call that rule. So the rules committee meeting is what I'm looking more forward to hearing about in terms of what's going to happen with this league than the combine. The combine we talked about yesterday. It's at this point, it's a get to know you interview, right? As far as their physical attributes and how they play, these guys have done so much research on these guys that unless you're a guy who has very little game tape, the combine does nothing for you. That's why so many of the big players opt out. You got 3 years of tape on me. What more do you need to see? And they opt out. I get it. The rules committee piece, though, that's the interesting part because how are they going to change these hitting the quarterback rules? How are they going to change the wide receiving? What is a catch? What is not a catch? Those have so huge of an impact. I mean, that's what's going to impact this game more than the combine. The combine, for sure.
Instead of towels, you know how they have towels on their waist, fucking put a pillow, so like as soon as you sack the quarterback, you just put a pillow under his head,
Like,
maybe that'll work.
I think they should go to more like the NCAA's receiving rules. 1 foot down. Doesn't have to be 18 steps and do your tackle.
I still like having the 2 feet down thing with it, but I think
much of a benefit.
Yeah, I think you got to be a hell of a lot more black and white with the catch.
Okay, so maybe the 2 feet you keep it, but like some of these rules, like they got to take 3 or 4 steps in a football move and all this other crap. Like
I think the biggest example you're talking about, Ken, is that Cooper Kupp catch. You know what I mean? Like, was it a catch? Was it? Because, like, first of all, it should have been a first down. Second of all, like, what constitutes a football move? Because I didn't see a football move being made. Like, he just caught the ball, but it's
Isaac, because you had a couple places you were like, oh, that's a touchdown. Like, no, it's not a touchdown because even though he caught it, we had 2 feet inbounds. He didn't take 3 steps before the defender punched the ball out. Really?
Yeah.
Because when a running back runs into the end zone or a quarterback or anyone runs into the end zone, the ball needs to cross a plane, and it crosses the plane, and a nanosecond later it goes loose. Oh, doesn't matter. It's still a touchdown. But in the end zone, the guy catches it, has 2 feet down. Even if he only takes 1 step, dude, if that's a running back running it in, that's a touchdown. Why is it more? Why does the receiver have to do more than just break the plane? Right? So, that's another, like, that catch, like, it goes back to Megatron, the Bears game back in the day. I mean,
Hunter Henry.
That piece of it a little bit more since then, but like, that rule needs to be looked at.
I wanted to go back and look at the quarterbacks again. Like, just something to think about. Like, every time you see a quarterback run and they take off and they slide and they get hit in the head, like, think about the physics of that, right? Like, if the defensive player is hitting them in the head when they're sliding, right? Where was he actually aiming? He was aiming at their midsection, and then they took a slide. So it's like you've basically made an untackleable quarterback because, like, You see what I'm saying? Like if he's already
Exactly, Joe, that's
aiming,
my point.
you already, because of the rules, made it to where, okay, now I can't hit him in the head, so I got to go low, right? So I'm going low, but now he takes his slide, and now I still get flagged. Am I just supposed to let the motherfucker run? Like, at what point do I like actually get to tackle
and that's
this
what I'm
guy,
saying.
right?
How many times have we seen the quarterback fake the slide
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Oh,
and
wow.
not slide?
Mahomes
You
is
hit him or
famous
do you
for
let him go
that.
The
full
rules
Tua?
are- defenders are like, I can't commit to tackling the guy because the second I commit, like Fred commits on the tackle of Ken. Ken sees Fred just committed to the tackle, like, cool, I'm going to slide and get 15 free yards. Because that's legit what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't slide. I ain't no bitch.
I would like to
I know work, boys. I gotta go. Have a good one.
Yeah.
All right,
See ya.
take care. We always bring up constantly, or constantly in football conversations, different eras playing in different eras. Like, how are you gonna tell players like LT, Ronnie Lott, you know what I mean, Sean Taylor, to fucking follow these rules? Because they
the
sure enough
85
won't.
Bears.
They will. Yeah, 85 Bears. None of them will fucking do that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to
Tell Lawrence
slightly
Taylor you're no
tackle them.
longer allowed to tackle a running quarterback.
Tell the 85 Bears that these guys murdered people. I mean,
Tell
Oh,
them
see, I
Lamar
thought-
Harris
want to
did that.
protect
I thought you were going to bring up the 2000 Ravens with murdering people.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Ray Lewis. Yeah, tell Ray Lewis that. Yeah.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
And
You know
Ray
what?
Lewis
Think
actually
about those.
murdered a guy.
Ray Lewis and Brian Urlacher aren't far removed from the NFL, and those two guys wouldn't be what they were with the way the rules are now.
No.
They're not that far
Quarterback-
removed. What was Urlacher's last year was 2012. If he came in the league now,
And to
almost
give
half-
credit, the quarterbacks were tougher in his days. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, at this point, I think they should just change the rule where a running quarterback gets treated the same as a running back.
Mhm.
Like, if you're
Yep.
going to take that chance and you're going
Yeah.
to run, this is what's going to happen to you, dude. Like,
I mean, did Jay
Yeah.
Cutler have a slide rule to play with? I don't think Jay Cutler would have ever taken the slide rule.
Oh no.
I don't remember Jay Cutler running all that much.
Dude, but like, look at guys like Cutler, Barr, hell, even Kurt Warner.
Hey Joe, it's a
No.
comfortable jog. It's a comfortable jog.
I mean, like
Yeah.
Cutler never really got knocked out of a game because of a hit he took. He usually got injured because he decided he was going to lower the shoulder and hit somebody. Right? That was always your fear with Cutler and some of these other quarterbacks. Wasn't like, think about it. When you think about quarterbacks that you've cheered for back in the past, like, you didn't worry about Favre getting sacked and being out. You worried about Favre running the
What
ball
about-
and trying to truck someone and getting trucked himself. Same with like guys
Yeah.
like
What about
Cutler,
Randall Cunningham?
or Cunningham? Yeah, like
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you never worried
Yes.
like, oh, the guy's gonna get knocked out for the season because he's gonna take a sack. No, you worried because these dudes were gonna run the ball and they were gonna lower the shoulder and try to get the extra yard.
Yup.
I mean, now these quarterbacks, they know the slide rule. It's
Honestly, I think they
Joe
should just
brings
do
up a
away
good
with
point.
They should just do away with the quarterback slide. It
Mhm.
creates an unfair advantage. Like, if you're going to run, you're going to get tackled like everyone else.
Yep.
Yeah, Joe brings up a good point. Like the physics of stopping, if someone slides instantaneously, there's no way you could decelerate when you're running full speed to try to tackle a quarterback. You know what I mean? It's just
Phil, that's your
impossible.
question, Vegas. He's not going nowhere. For those who didn't see, Mark Davis came out and said a lot of flowery things about Max yesterday. So yeah, Max isn't going anywhere. That was a nice little bit of something for us to play with on a slow Monday morning. But Max ain't going nowhere.
Like, how many times have we heard players vent out of frustration and then they're back, with the team next season? You know what
Well,
I mean?
then Kubiak came out, said what he said. Mark Davis came out, said what he said. I mean, they ain't trying to move him now.
I know, I'm just
because the
specifically-
report said that they've been talking to all these teams about it, and like,
Well, I'm specifically talking about what Max Crosby initially or proposally said. You know what I mean? About wanting off the team, whatever. Some players say some things
Now-
out of frustration.
now
It's
look.
taken out of context. You know what I mean?
Well, and look, this could be smoked by the Raiders too to drive a price up a little bit more too. But
Yeah.
I would kind of assume that Max isn't going anywhere.
I would love to say that you're right, Ken, but I gotta, being fair, right? Like, as much as I want Max to say, yesterday he came out, he had his podcast, or it might have been Tuesday. Max has his weekly podcast, right? And they asked him about Clint Kubiak, about the coaching staff and everything like that. And Max said a bunch of flowery things about him, like, oh, yeah, it's great. Like, I think he has a chance to succeed, this and that. But the one thing that Max didn't say was, I look forward to playing for him. Like, he was very clear, or very intentional, about not saying anything that committed himself to the team. And like, as much as I used to be a defender, like, oh no, that doesn't mean anything. But to be fair, on the other side of that coin, Max he had an interview like last week where he said, I'm done talking about it. Like, I only focus on what I can control, which is I'm trying to get healthy. You have all these people speculating, telling people what I said. And he's like, all I know is, like, I know my truth, my reality. I'm just trying to get ready for the season. Right. Like, so I actually think the fact that he went out of his way to not, like, if you're looking forward to the change,
You should say it.
you would say that. You would say, like, yeah, I can't wait to play for him. I'm excited. We're getting Mendoza. He said none of that, which makes me think that there could actually be some legs to it, dude.
This week's been a weird post Super Bowl week. We've had some news, but nothing major yet, which is a little surprising. I mean, the Max Crosby news is about as big as you can get, granted, but I mean, we haven't had anything else. Like, anything we thought we should see by now, like the Bears saying, hey, there's been some clickbait where the Bears have re-signed Kwani B. No, that hasn't happened. No one's re-signed extensions. No one signed extensions yet. There have been no trades yet. The combine's less than a week out. Teams start making moves coming into the combine. Now, there'll be a lot of moves that will be made at the combine when all the GMs are there. Maybe they're waiting to all meet up in Indy. I don't know. But I would suspect that we're going to start to see bigger pillars of smoke next week, if not some things starting to happen, because this is a weird limbo state that we don't get too often in this league. It's like there's really nothing happening.
And as the crazy part is, I mean, we're realistically, we're less than 4 weeks out from free agency, right? Like, we're under 4 weeks out from free agency. I haven't heard a peep out of the Baltimore Ravens about re-signing Tyler Linderbaum, which to me is a huge one, because for obvious selfish reasons, like, I want the Raiders to back the Brinks truck up and go get Linderbaum.
The Bears have no safeties under contract. The Bears literally have 0 safeties under contract right now. And you're telling me that you haven't signed one of them yet? Because they want to.
Joe,
at least one, if not two.
Max just made reporters a lot more money. They can make a lot more reports.
I mean, I hope we start to see something. And I hope that the Bears, the Bears gave a deadline, end of February, to the state of Illinois. They have a deadline. So, whether this year's 28 days, right? It's not a leap year. So they have 16 more days. In about 16 days, we'll know what the Bears are going to do, one way or the other.
Little Packer news.
There's Packer news?
Maybe. Possibly.
Look, Isaac goes, there's Packer news, and they cut out and just about our time to leave for the day. So that tells you there's no news in the Packers. That's
Do you know
Thursday,
what the
guys.
news is, Ken? Ken, the Packer fan, do you know what the Packer news is? Oh.
I don't know what he's talking about.
They
unless he's talking about us fucking signing Luke Getsy's quarterback's coach. Which, okay, he did good as quarterback's coach for us before. Cool. Don't care.
Aaron did a good job of coaching him, and with that,
I'm okay with that.
And with that bad take, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Keep it tuned, man. Hopefully something breaks. Hopefully we're not talking about the Bears Stadium much longer. That gets done. And maybe some of these, we start seeing some rule changes. And then keep an eye on what happens with Seattle. By the way, I didn't add it, but Jeff Bezos is not in the running to buy that team. Interesting. So yeah, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a great day.